All right, I have in the studio with me the Executive Director, Young Igbo Empowerment Foundation, Bright Izocha. Good morning. Thank you for joining us on TVC Breakfast.
Thank you.
You can see the concerns that from that report by our correspondent, those who have spoken about especially the economic crippling of the economy rather in those regions, and those yesterday there was supposed to be NECO exams which some students actually weren't able to write. Now, from your perspective, is this the right way to go if you say you are protesting in the interest of a member of yours?
I strongly believe that the safest way for the indigenous people of Biafra at this point in time is the method they have embarked on.
How so?
Sit at home. To me, I feel it's the most safest for them. Because we have had in the past where these young men took to the street to protest peacefully, and they were shot and killed by Nigerian soldiers, Nigerian military, Nigerian police, and nothing came out of it. We have a situation where these young men gather in a room, in a building to pray to God, to grant them independent state of Biafra, and they were rounded up and killed at will. Nobody says anything, nothing happened.
And then you did not allow children whose future, I mean, NECO exams.
I am not in support of the calling for this protest at this point in time, denying those young chaps the opportunity to write their exams. I'm not in support of it. But I'm trying to give you the background picture where they are coming from.
I understand.
These are the same people that all the methods that have been applied for their peaceful protests have failed. The state have visited them with a high level of terrorism.
But does that mean they don't know their members such that they can ensure that those who are not part of them are roped into any agitations they are trying to put forward? I mean, you heard that old man talking about their businesses. A lot of persons couldn't open their shops.
I'm not a member of IPOB.
I know you're not.
But neither am I their spokesman. But I feel strongly that calling for a sit at home once in a while to press home their demands is not something bad. Since that's the only option they have left. For me, I would have preferred they organize their people peacefully and march on the streets, allowing people to go about their normal businesses. But you see, that is not acceptable in Nigeria, in the southeast.
We saw some persons from that report.
You see, those people that you saw on that report, they are government-sponsored protesters.
Do you have evidence to prove that?
I can assure you that.
Really?
I know very well. All of us live in this country. You live in this country where you see people are not allowed to protest in Abuja, and the same in Abuja, some people are protesting and they will have a police backup. So what are we talking about? We are living and we know the fact what is going on in this country. We are living in a country where government sponsor thugs to attack peaceful protesters on the streets. We are witnessing that time and time again.
These are unverified statements.
It
really,
is not unverified. We saw it. We witnessed it as sit-at-home order. The video went viral. All of us saw it. Where Hilux buses with people dressed in the black suit were dropping touts that attacked members of what is it called? Is it called again? The End Police something. NSAS. We saw the video. It went viral.
We were protesting peacefully until it was hijacked.
You see, who are those that sponsor those that hijacked the protest? We are once embarked on a labor protest at Yaba. Getting to Ojuelegba, we were attacked by hoodlums. And they came out, they said that they were giving money by this government to attack us. So these things have continued. It's not today. And we are witnessing in the southeast that these young men at Impo Junction, some time ago at Impo in Anambra State, these young men embarked on peaceful protests. They were gone down. A lot of them were gone down. And we keep calling for inquiry, for the government to inquiry to find out what happened. Who are those that are responsible for that act, so that they can be prosecuted. Nobody said that, nobody does anything. So what do you expect these young men to do? You cannot beat a child and not allow the child to cry. So they are okay. The second one in which led that the arrest of their leaders is unclear, and the government has not come out to tell us how they get Nnamdi Kanu arrested. Whether they kidnapped him from Kenya or whether they kidnapped him from London, yes, nobody knows. And the government has not come out to clear the air. There's so many things that government need to explain to the people.
Now, the government has not come out to explain, but do you think that the way they are going about it is the only way to go? For instance, we see what is happening with the Igboho case. We saw how it is going. And we see how leaders of thought have come in to weigh in on the matter. We are not seeing certain things. This is a comparison some people are already making. People have not been forced to stay at home. How far has the staying at home resolved any matter so far? Because this is not the first time.
If you look at the history of staying at home, it starts from Masop. After
Has that resolved anything?
Well, to me, I feel strongly that that's the only safest means for them to drive home their points, since the street is no longer safe for them. But I am not in support of them trying to stage sit at home when they know that the little kids will need to hide their exams, that will help them in their future endeavor. So I'm not in support of that. But at the same time, if we talk about the economy of the Southeast, do we actually have economy in the Southeast? We don't have leaders. We don't compare Southeast with South. You
don't have leaders?
I must be honest with you, we don't have sincere and genuine leaders from the Southeast.
How so?
I can assure you, you see what is happening in the Igboho case. You see the role the leaders in the Southwest is playing to make sure they set him free, at least to have people listen to him and reason with him, because they believe that what the young man is fighting for is not just for his own personal interest, but for the interest of the Southwest. But those that are called themselves governors of the Southeast, political leaders of the Southeast, do they believe in the agitation of this young man? They do not believe it. Because if they believe in his agitation, they believe that if they believe that the Igbos have been marginalized in the Nigerian states, they would have been the first to prescribe to IPOB. Today, we have the Fulani herdsmen.
You can call them herdsmen.
Okay, herdsmen, yes. They come from a tribe that is known. Because today,
we cannot attach them to a particular tribe. That is the position we have as a broadcast organization.
Okay, I agree with you, but whether we like it or not, those that we know today in Nigeria as headers in Nigeria are the Fulanis. And we are
not the only ones that have cattle.
But we have constant attack on communities and villages with AK-47, the highest level of sophisticated weapons. And up to today, those that are in authority, those who came from there, have not found any reason to prescribe those people. We've had position of Meiti Allah on these issues, and nobody have come out to condemn them. None of them never has been arrested. That is a double standard. But yet, when little thing happen, the Southeast will be the first to condemn and crucify their own people. And that's what what you saw, we witnessed yesterday when the governor says people should go about and normal business. And these people say, sit at home.
There is a government in place.
Which government? Is the government that protects the interests of the people?
In place.
See,
you can't have two governments in a state.
I agree with you. I agree with you. But what is government all about? Is it for the welfare of its citizens, protection of life and properties?
Absolutely.
And then, in the issue of the Southeast, how many governors have condemned the ongoing onslaught on the Southeasterners in Igbo land?
Have you engaged with them to know their stance on this? Have you called them to order? Because you have a right to hold them to account. Have you engaged with them?
My sister, the truth remains
that's the question.
In several mediums, we have tried to engage them. We found that these people have no interest in the interest of Igbo.
How so? Did they not give you audience?
All their interest lays on how they can please those in the central government for their political gains.
Did you call them to question ask them, let's have a dialogue, this is what is happening? Did they respond to you or they didn't?
You see, we have had several engagements with these people, and we find out their body language clearly shows that they have no interest for the welfare of our people. It's not today that these young men have been crying, shouting that of marginalization, they have been humiliated, they have been killed. Don't we have governors in the Southeast when these people were killed at Impo Junction? Up to today, or we have written them, we have shouted, we are asking. We want to find out. We're not asking that people who engage in this act should be killed. No, we want to find out how many people were actually killed at Impo Junction. When they were praying at Aba, when they were shot and killed, we were asking, who did this? Who gave the order? Let us inquire to find out what is actually going on. But these people, they will close their ears. They're not ready to listen to you. Even when you call them, they will not even give you attention. Or they will be telling you that I don't want to be at enemy with these people in the central government. My political career is. Why is the political career more important to them than those that are elected to govern? That is the question everybody is asking. Take a statistics today. In the entire country, check the Southeast. The only Southeast that they have not been election, local government and council election, for the past 21 years. You already have elections when a governor is serving for 8 years. When he's about finishing his 8 years, he will conduct election 6 months to his exit. And immediately the new person who comes in, he will send them off. Is this the kind of leaders we want to in the Southeast? Is this happening in the Southwest? Is this happening in the South Side? Is this happening in the North? So how do you expect the young boys to listen to them? How do you expect them to take them serious? That is the problem.
Do they know the power they hold because they have a voter's card? Aren't they the ones who put these same leaders there by their vote?
Do our vote count in this country?
Do they come out to vote them in? Are there not people part of those?
That's an issue for another day. Right. If all of us are witnessing what is going on today, let us do electronic transmission. And some people are saying, no, we cannot. Because they want to continue to force themselves on us. In the Southeast, I can tell you that those people that they are looking at today, like themselves governors, if they stand for a genuine election, a commoner on the street will defeat them. It's clear yesterday. Go about your normal business. Somebody said, sit at home. And everybody obeyed. Is it not clear that who person is in control?
But do we understand that there are far-reaching implications with those decisions that are being made, with the back and forth that we are seeing with what you are saying?
You see, at the point in time, what the people are looking at is someone who is speaking their mind. And to me, I don't agree with Nnamdi Kanu method of agitation. I don't even support what he's doing. But I must be honest with you. He speaks the mind of the people. He speaks the truth to the power. And I was thinking at this point in time, what government should do is to call him to a roundtable discussion and find out what is the problem. How do we go about solving these issues? And then they don't care. If they continue to apply this method they apply it today, even if you kill Nnamdi Kanu today, another millions of Nnamdi Kanu will spring up from the Southeast.
Because you think there are
already millions of them. You must remember the issue of Yusuf. When Yusuf was killed, what happened today? Where are we today with Boko Haram? They must be careful the way they handle the issue of Nnamdi Kanu. Because a lot of people are beginning to, a lot of people believe in him. A lot of people are beginning to listen to him. For God's sake, we should realize that they should abhor vacuum. Whether you like it or not, if the people need someone that will speak the voice that we understand. And when you are not, somebody else will speak for somewhere and will speak that language that we understand.
How do you want, or what would you want to see that will make you believe that the government is giving Nnamdi Kanu fair hearing, fair trial?
Let us start first and explain to the world, the whole world, how they got Nnamdi Kanu in their custody. When that happened, then we begin to look at it. If actually we get fair hearing or not. Because from what the indication we're hearing, if you can go to another country and adopted somebody, and here back here in Nigeria, you are condemning kidnapping.
We can't call it abduction.
Okay,
Because there was a process in place. Government is yet to explain to us, but we cannot call it abduction.
There is international law that you cannot go to another country territory and pick up anybody.
So perhaps
without going through
there was some level of cooperation, so we cannot call it abduction.
No. What kind of cooperation? The Kenyan government is denying that they don't know what happened, how Nigeria...
So, like you have said, it is impossible for you to just come and pick someone out of the country. So let us wait till government...
Can I tell you something?
Let's wait till government explains.
Here in Lagos State today,
yes,
for a police to come outside from outside Lagos to arrest somebody, you need to report to the command, and they have information before they can arrest that person and report back to them that you have arrested the person. I take the person away out of the state. At the same time, you can call somebody can come into this state, kidnap somebody with some help of some security people without even going through that process and whisk the person away.
Okay.
Do you call that a normal procedure?
We don't know which went on here now.
Okay, that's why we are waiting for federal government to explain.
So let's wait.
What happened?
Let's wait.
How did they get
Let's be patient enough to wait.
Because if you don't explain that, there is little chances that you will give him a fair hearing. Because if you believe that you can...
Does that mean we do not trust the government? Because this is coming from a place of trust. Why can't we just wait to see through the process?
In Nigeria, are you talking about Nigerian government? Are we talking about Nigerian government? Are we talking about another government in this case? This same country where you have tried men that we all know that are corrupt. And at the end of the day, they are declared not corrupt. And outside the country, they are found guilty and jailed over there. Do we have the judicial system? Is it working? The judicial system that is working in alignment with the government? We know what is going on in this country. Look at it. Some weeks, last week or thereabout, a court of competent jurisdiction granted bail to the Igbohu aides. Up to today, have they been released? The answer is no. And yesterday, they are filing a fresh charge again, without first of obeying or complying to the order of the court. And I can assure you the court will not do anything at the end of the day. They will not do anything. Is this kind of country we are running a banana republic where anything goes?
All right. As much as there are grievances, I will still say that let us wait until and see the process in place. Then we can begin to hold and say, no, this is not fair. And this is, we cannot hold on to precedents.
We have had this thing in the past. We all know what led to Nnamdi Kanu fleeing from the country. He was released. He was still enjoying the
But he broke his bail conditions. He wasn't supposed to gather many people around him.
It is not the right of the federal government invading with Nigerian army, with the troops.
Did he?
What we expected them to do is go back to that court. Lay down all the reasons, all the offense, his new offense, why his bail should be revoked.
Right.
But government did not do that. They invaded his home with troops of soldiers, and of course we don't know their intention, but for what we witnessed from the picture that came out from that scene, shows that they are there to kill him. And the young man will have to run for his dear life.
We can't categorically say.
But people who saw
yes,
videos,
people
that were killed.
People died.
Even the dog animals in the house were shot dead.
People died. We were not, I wasn't there. You weren't there to know what transpired, but we saw the end result.
Pictures.
We saw pictures.
I can assure you, I watched live
that
video
that their intention was to kill him. We cannot categorically say that.
If they went there and killed so many people, someone that was granted bail by the competent court,
we cannot conclude. So, but we'll have to leave the conversation here now. So much has been said. Thank you so much, Bright Ezeocha, the Executive Director, Young Igbo Empowerment Foundation, for your conversation with us this morning. We do appreciate your time here.
You're welcome.
All right, let's...